World of Warcraft was kind of grandfathered into being a live service game because it was an MMO before live service games were a thing. And you could argue the same for 14, considering the age. But like I guess World of Warcraft was like a fixed thing in the world of video games, but the world shifted around it. And then I kind of looked around and went, where are we? Who are all these? What do you mean Fortnite's our competition? What do you mean Destiny's our competition? What's going on? I don't understand. So they have to, like, everyone else involved where they didn't. So now they actually need to evolve to keep on top of things quite well. And that's where I think this... Because obviously, like, there's a lot of people are going to come in 10.05 and go, there's not really much to do here, is there? And that'll likely be people who are seasonal. People who don't have good, like, well, this isn't very different. But then those people will ideally be kept up with the game is updating, the game is changing. Here's your nerfs, here's your buffs. And they've not been terrible on that front, right? Because they've been, like, hotfixes happened regularly enough towards the end of Shadowlands. But I think the game being alive for people who don't care about balance as well through the content is going to be pretty important. And this kind of, yeah, it's not exactly for you, this patch, but it is a patch. It is a patch. There are more people in the city because there are more people online to do things like that. And if that happens at multiple times and you kind of get more of that, oh yeah, we see the game is breathing and alive. I think that's one of the most important things to keeping a live service happy. It's because I don't play very much Apex, but I keep it installed because someday I will find time to play that game and have fun. I'm sure we've all been there, but every like other week maybe it just has like a couple gig more to download. I'm like, what is going on?
It's like,
does anyone at Respawn actually sleep?
It's like it's a employee from Big Hard Drive.
Yeah.
Just like all of these games where it's like, I'm going to hedge my bets and keep it here in case I want to. I just wanted to bring this up, okay? So this is World of Warcraft search interest. And, you know, I bring this up because there was somebody in...
This is a metric you should definitely put all your faith in.
But I would say...
it's good relative.
And it was interesting because it does capture quite a lot of different things into one line. I was listening to a YouTuber. It was a Minecraft YouTuber because... yeah, I've been relaxing in Minecraft. It's been really, really fun. It's a really nice split screen game to chill out with. It's really good. So no, the two of us at home have been doing that, and soon I'll be getting like, you know, I'll be making a server and putting all the technical like mod packs on and stuff. But this YouTuber was like going through the history of Minecraft as shown by like the Google Trends thing, and like it was pretty compelling. The whole thing, and I guess right, Google Trends, what are they? Well, essentially that's going to be search volume and stuff. I will kick this out of just the United Kingdom though. So this is going to be like your search trends and all of that. Now, who's the most interested? Well, apparently World of Warcraft is massive in Denmark, Sweden, and Cuba.
What the first two I get? Cuba, South Korea? I'm not sure about that.
What if it's because... I don't know. It's like the sample size is so low in Cuba because, I mean, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know how shit works over there. But like, you just have a small number of people who are just like, novel by...
What?
Dragonflight, a novel by Anne McCaffrey.
Oh, we discovered something?
This is like whenever I typed in Shadowlands and I got an Anthony Hopkins movie from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
It was very confusing. Yeah. But no, this is World of Warcraft online game. So every time there is something happening in the game, every time Wowhead has a reason to post a new article, I mean, you do anything in the game, you'll give them a reason. You'll have an article. But that drums up interest. That gets this SEO minds going, right? The more that... It's like there's ways that YouTube work that are interesting. Like it is a mixture of supply and demand. It's predominantly based on viewer desire, but if there is more stuff for people to create, you can foster a more positive overall Warcraft viewing experience and get more people on World of Warcraft. Yeah. My point, though, is the more that they have consistent PTRs, no massive lulls, the more that this interest over time number is able to just stay decent instead of having these big drops. I mean, God, what's it going to look like? This, honestly, guys, this is going to hurt a bit. Wow. Yeah. So here we have the end. This is incredible, man. Okay, so here we've got the end of wait, no, that's not the... Oh, yeah, so this is just before BFA comes out.
Yeah.
And then BFA, you know, ba-bam! And actually this... we need to include this stat in our new video, don't we, Matt? Mm-hmm. This is fucking relevant. So, BFA comes out. I wish we could see a little... Oh, actually, we could do more. I think we need to kick it back to Legion. 2004. You know the way you see a stock chart and it goes like this? You're like, wow, someone made a lot of money. And then you zoom out and it's like this. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay, well, let's just operate in a more useful range, just for now. I'm sorry, everybody. This was supposed to be bright and happy. I did not intend to make you all sad, but no. Right, so BFA comes out.
You can't be surprised.
Yeah. We don't have Chuck Norris and Aussie. BFA comes out, and we're hitting a 90. The old Shadowy Lands comes out, and we're hitting 100. I mean, no, that's classic. Sorry, I'm stupid. That's classic. Wow, classic was big. Remember Asmongold got like 1 million good... What was his concurrent viewers?
I can't remember. It was a big number.
No, it was something totally insane. But okay, so then we have classic. And then we have... I don't know what that is.
Was it April 2020?
What on earth is that?
That's the... Was that not the announcement of Shadowlands?
No, that happened at that was the last physical BlizzCon that happened.
Right.
That happened here, November. Actually, that little spike is probably the Shadowlands announcement.
Classic versus Shadowlands.
But here Shadowlands coming out, right? A 64. Now, I think this is fascinating because Shadowlands hit a 64, even though BFA was able to hit, 100 there in the search interest.
Oh, yeah, start of COVID.
So I do think that... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do think
everyone's like, I need something to do before I go mental.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of interesting, but like the launch of Shadowlands takes us to a 64 on this relative interest over time. And I think it's interesting where the graph moves after that. I mean, I guess this is like...
Surprised it stayed that high, to be honest.
I mean, man, October 2021. And this will be artificially boosted by the bad news.
Mm.
I mean, depending on, of course, how Google actually, measure all of this stuff. But I guess the point is, where we saw, BFA do that, we have seen Dragonflight really do quite a bit less.
Yeah,
I mean, strong enough pre-patch campaign and stuff.
Like a fart in the wind.
Yeah. So I just thought that was like kind of interesting. But you can see a upward, like a little bit of an upward trend. Of course, Wrath Classic's going to be a part of that. Yeah. But I think this like upward trend is fairly interesting. And if Blizzard are just able to keep the patches coming, I mean, FF14 does actually. That's
FF14 is an interesting one because Google doesn't exactly know which one to do. Because there's 14, there's Realm Reborn, there's Endwalkers, all the different things.
That is actually, that's very weird.
Because obviously a Realm Reborn interest is going to be pretty down because no one's going to use the search term Final Fantasy 14, a Realm Reborn. They're going to type FF14. Because I found... Because obviously people in certain parts of the internet use these numbers for their own agendas quite often in order to try to rile up some discussion. So it's very hard to find is this one? Just try Final Fantasy 14 by itself.
So looking at this is interesting because if you type in World of Warcraft Dragonflight, it's like firmly saying that no, World of Warcraft is the term.
Yeah, so do that with 14, just the base of 14. Yep, that's 15. Is that 15? Can I see? I'm blind. Except yeah.
Well, there you have it.
So look at that. What a surprise!
And I don't think anyone would be surprised that, 14, it is a really big game.
Is it global? Yeah, worldwide. Yeah.
Yep. I've talked to somebody who works in a company that has extremely big data science going on as a part of their analytics situation in this industry, and they basically said like, oh no. FF14 would be the people we'd try to compete with because competing with World of Warcraft is kind of impossible.
Yeah.
So even though like FF14 is generally lower here, I would say that FF14 being anywhere near the World of Warcraft line is a absolute crowning achievement for that development team, especially considering the start that they had. But like, and especially like that they've been able to outspike World of Warcraft at times. Like, that is a truly. I feel like if we had the hard numbers, it would be properly gobsmacking. It's just unfortunate we don't have the hard numbers. But I guess my overall point for bringing up the Google Trends, because Google Trends captures more than just active subscribers. It's going to be counting like, articles and just all of this stuff happening.
Literally, believe it or not, interest over time.
Funny enough, yeah. So they're going to
be
be able to drum up far more interest over time by having 6 major beats per year. I mean, 14 does great having 3 major beats per year. Of course, it's interspersed with their presentations. So my point, I guess, would just be, I really like where the World of Warcraft line is going. I think that's really cool. If Blizzard will be able to keep that going over time, then maybe WoW will be able to to recover a bit. Because it's dipped a bit, but it actually. It's not as much of a spike, but it feels a little more protracted, though honestly, we do just need to wait for more data to come in.
Indeed.
But it does make a lot of sense of our Nathria versus Vault of Incarnates numbers, which are rough.
Yeah, though I will say, just on that, I think there's... it looks like the gameplay trends of World of Warcraft will be changing slightly, because you'll find M+ runs are pretty high comparatively. So they are.
Oh.
Yep.
I wonder if a little bit of Season 4 helped there, because Season 4 got us into Mythic Plus, or back into Mythic Plus in a way.
Yeah.
Season 4 is responsible for me turning into a healer.
Yeah.
I'm still learning, of course, but yeah, I think at some point we'll look back at Season 4 and think, fucking hell, a lot of good things started there.
Not even just that, I think M+ has started to, because it's been like, this is the 4th expansion of M+ existing. That's a long time. I don't think there will be that many people left who are going, M+, oh, that's kind of new and not for me. I don't even feel that way after I've been playing for a while. So I think there's a decent bit of, that's now such a standard part. But also, as Badabing points out, this season M+ is decent. The dungeons are fun. The dungeons are fun. The more stretched out difficulty level is a lot more interesting as well, I find. Because I think there's a lot more, instead of oh, you do 15, it's easy and you're done. There's a lot of more, I'll actually kind of push it out. I think they've done major improvements there. Also, getting around's faster and nicer. It's more fun. Everything is just largely better about it. So,
man, it's one of those things. Like, you look at a game like Mario 64, and it's like, locomotion's good. Yeah. It's like why there's been this, the running joke of like, have a pacing problem with your game? Just add a grappling hook.
Yep.
It's like locomotion is really fun. Mm-hmm. And it does rise up everything that it connects together.